Biden ratings down, Trump preparing for 2024. Is Donald Trump preparing to run again in the 2024 elections? Why is Joe Biden's approval rating in decline? It's no secret that Donald Trump has a grip on the Republican Party and is covertly planning to run for the Oval Office in 2024. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is not doing so well. His approval rating is stubbornly low, and he has yet to announce if he will run again in 2024. Stay tuned to learn what's happening and the expectations for the nearing midterm and 2024 elections. Welcome to the World Econ News, your daily dose of economics and finance. If you're interested in topics influencing the world's economies and global financial flows, this is the place for you. Watch till the end if you want to get the latest on everything. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification button to get the latest updates. Let's go. Allow me to tell you a bit about the current situation. In 2016, Donald Trump won the American elections. His unorthodox leadership style and unpredictable behavior made him a target by the mainstream media and major social media platforms alike. The American public was deeply divided regarding Trump. Even the Republicans and Democrats were internally divided on issues related to Trump and his leadership. Some perceived him as a racist, fascist, and some saw him as a true American hero who cares about America. Indeed, he was and remains a controversial personality. It has been a year since he left office. However, not a single day has passed without him or some of his former top aides and associates making headlines. The Democrats, along with their financiers, supporters, and the liberal half of the American media and civic societies, are waging a defamation-based war against Trump. But this seems to have little effect on Trump's popularity among the Republican and undecided voters. Some experts believe that such aggressive tactics by the Democrats and their base are not going down well with most Americans. Some analysts went as far as calling these tactics a free marketing campaign for Trump in 2024. Now, let's move to Joe Biden. In January 2021, Biden was handed the keys to the kingdom, along with an unprecedented pandemic, horrifying inflation, skyrocketing prices, a crisis in the supply-demand chain, depreciated dollars, overwhelming hospitals and social systems, and unreasonable expectations by his voters. The people expected him to pull a few magic tricks and make all their new COVID-19-related troubles go away. Even the international community was eager to see if Biden would ease the serious international tensions created by his hawkish predecessor. Little did they know that Biden was a mere man with a plan. Biden's style of leadership has been described as patient, calm, calculated, and mature. His age seems to play a role in his tame personality and style in public speaking, which, according to experts, is bad because the American culture rewards the feisty and challenging. Hence, his calmness and lack of liveliness is not playing to his favor. Others disagree and see his grandfather-like behavior as a good thing due to the great amount of fear and uncertainty happening in America among the people and in the corporate world. However, his ratings went way down. Most Americans are still waiting to see full economic recovery and more social justice, and he's not delivering. Nevertheless, all that could change once his recently approved $2 trillion economical revival plans gain traction. As of right now, inflation poses a serious threat, not just to his ratings, but also to his party's ability to gain enough votes in the November 2022 midterm elections. All right, let's move on to answer the first question. Is Donald Trump preparing to run again in the 2024 elections? The official answer is no. The unofficial answer is absolutely yes. Are you confused? Well, that's Donald Trump. He's secretive, organized, well-financed, a strategist, and always has a backup plan. Moreover, all evidence points that he's not planning to make noise in the midterms, but is proactively planning to run for office in 2024. And here are the reasons. Number 1. Recent polls show that he's the man Republicans want in 2024. A recent Politico Morning Consult poll showed 69% of Republican voters want Trump to run again. Number 2. According to researchers and polling analysts, when Trump is compared to the other Republican alternatives, no challenger is even close. Number 3. A large number of Republican lawmakers and leaders who lined up to disavow him after the January 6, 2021 attacks on the Capitol building in Washington are now either on the fringes of the Republican Party or retired from politics or begging for his mercy. Number 4. Most Republican politicians are convinced that their electoral fortunes are tied to Donald Trump's strong confirmed ability to mobilize voters on their behalf. Number 5. Donald Trump is the best known and most famous Republican politician among the public. Number 6. According to a new Harvard Capps-Harris poll survey, more voters would back Donald Trump than President Biden in a hypothetical matchup if the 2024 election were held today. Love or hate Trump, he's a very rich and influential former president, and currently the master of the Republican Party and its voters. And no one knows for certain what his plans are, nor what his role will be in the November midterm elections or the 2024 presidential elections. Okay, so it's time to head into the Democrats' charted waters and answer the second question. Why is Joe Biden's approval rating in decline? First, let's have a look at the polls. According to CNN, President Joe Biden consistently failed to gain solid approval from the American public. His approval rating on most issues across the board is down. The economy seems to be the main driving force behind his failure to satisfy the voters. In the latest CNN SSRS poll in 2022, Biden came in with a 44% approval rating to 55% disapproval rating among registered voters on his economic performance. According to ABC, inflation is causing too many troubles for Biden. In a recent ABC News Ipsos poll, only 28% of Americans approved of the job he's doing to handle inflation. According to another poll by Fox, 40% of voters believe that his administration efforts to get inflation and rising prices under control were not helping. All the details in the polls point in one direction. Biden's decline in popularity is not a direct result of his leadership style, strategy, or policies, but rather a direct consequence of the global health, economic, and social crisis caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, the appearance of the Delta and Omicron variants, and the COVID-related economic and financial market volatility and uncertainty. Economists believe that once Biden tackles the issues of inflation and unemployment, his ratings will exponentially improve. However, they're not sure how Biden will maneuver these issues while there are rumors of a nearing recession. Here are some economic numbers that need to be taken into consideration. Number 1. The American manufacturing sector employs over 12 million workers and pays an average of $93,000 a year. In April 2020, the economy lost 1.3 million jobs, and as of January 2022, it didn't regain even near enough jobs to replace the previous loss. Number 2. The unemployment rate stands at 4% and is projected to improve in the short term because even if a recession hits, corporations tend to not lay off people until demand reaches very low levels. Number 3. The current quarterly economic growth rate, GDP, is between 2 to 3%, which is good, since anything above 3 can mean the economy is overheating, and anything below 2 means it's in danger of contraction. If the GDP rate hits 0 or less, then the country is in a recession. Number 4. Orders for durable goods such as machinery, equipment, and raw materials that businesses use in their operations are down 25%, which is bad since it means corporations are greatly uncertain about their future. Number 5. The Feds seem to be keen on increasing the interest rate. However, the Fed's rate continues to stay at record lows between 0 and 0.25%. Any miscalculations by the U.S. Federal Reserve on the interest rate can be catastrophic for the economy and Biden. Number 6. The stock markets are doing great. Even after the dip in the first few days in January 2022, the markets returned to stabilize and are still sustaining the growth from their last quarter in 2021. However, uncertainty is strong among investors due to the lack of information about the Fed's levels and speed in halting asset purchases. Number 7. The inflation rate is still way above the Fed's desired rate of 2%. It went from 6.2% in October 2021 to 6.8% in November 2021, which is very high. However, the Feds predict a 2.30% in 2022 and a 1.90% in 2023. President Joe Biden has an uphill battle ahead. The economic outlook for America is volatile and uncertain. If he does not tackle the supply-demand interest rates, unemployment, and the inflation issues immediately, the USA can enter a recession which is guaranteed to be not just the end of him, but also the rise of Trump in 2024. Biden may not have much time until the midterm elections. However, he still has 3 years until the 2024 election, although his party may still suffer in the midterms because of fears voters have about the economy. Nevertheless, the rise of Trump is still expected, and an overheated election in 2024 is guaranteed. Would you like to learn more about what influences the world economies and global financial flows? Then click on one of the videos that shows up on the left or go to our channel to find other interesting topics. I'll see you next time.